Hello and welcome back to Qtbear, Pandas, Rubik's Zoology, Sundials, LFR Raid Guide series. This is the Assault on Deathwing or whatever they call it. It's the second half, the last 4 bosses in Dragon Soul. This is the trash for Ultraxion. It is the longest trash in this raid instance and the most annoying in terms of cutscenes. You've got about a 5-minute wait before you can even get these dragons to come in. Basically what happens is they just come through, they start breathing as you see the purple fire on the screen now. Tanks just need to taunt them in. Melee sometimes need to jump in the air because they don't like coming down to melee the tanks. You're just going to have to keep jump swinging. And you just do this for about 6 minutes of the fight, which is extremely boring. Basically, if you're queuing this up, luckily Ultraxion is pretty much very weak in this mode compared to 10-man and 25-man. As in, the mechanics are extremely forgiving. The only thing you have to worry about is having 2 decent tanks. If you have only one decent tank, please pray he's amazing and can click his button at the right time. I'm going to now skip this trash. Oh no, I won't. I'll just talk about this DK tank I had in this group. His name is Tanania. He said, do you want to tank the first Twilight Blast? I said, do you want to tank the first Twilight Blast or the second? So, asking if he wants the odd or even ones. He goes, yee. And then goes on to explain his English is terrible and that he's a big fail and will die 10 times on this fight because he has no idea what he's doing and doesn't speak English, so I can't explain it to him. The wonders of LFR. So, I'll just quickly explain these crystals you see around most guys in different colours. This fight's supposed to be healing intensive, but it's not because it's LFR, and if it is really on 10-man. There's blue, green and red crystal. Each one has its own buff. You can check in the dungeon journal. The first crystal that comes up are the 2 green ones, then 2 red and 2 blue. Who gets the crystals? Only the healers can. Each one has its own ability, like increasing the haste, reducing the mana cost of the spells, or getting your single target spells to repeat on other raid members, and I don't remember what the other one is. Something. Anyway, pretty much if you're a decent healer, I just go for the green one. Why? Because it comes up first. Why would you go for the one that comes up first? Because do you really want some fail LFR paladin like we had in this group who couldn't even use beacon because he was a pre-made and couldn't do any basic theory crafting? So that pretty much concludes the trash, and now we'll go on to Ultraxion. And we're quickly finishing off the trash, and this is all saying more dragons, please, more dragons. I have a dragon wrath, I can kill dragons easily. This group was pretty amazing. We have like 10 mages in the group, as you can see in the grid rating frames, and in case you're wondering, no, this isn't my normal UI, this is my PTR half-assed UI, and why do I have my grid so big? Because I'm a tank, because really, I want to see what the hell's going on. What you want to do is have everyone stacked on X the whole fight. See this click extra action button 1? Make that macro. Keybind it to something. I have mine key bound to the key above the tab key. I think it's called the tilde. That's dash click space extra action bar 1. Our extra action button 1. That's dash click space extra action button 1. That will save your ass on this fight, really. Lucky this fight's forgiving and you won't die one shot from it like you will in 10-man if you are heat retarded and for some reason can't click the button. Why aren't you making that button rather than clicking it on your UI? Because if you use bartender at the moment you won't see the button to click, so you just make that macro and then click your key binding, it's fine. So everyone comes up, stacks on X, and I'll explain the fight as it goes. Remember, as the crystals come up, you'll see them on the right or left hand side of the raid. Just right click on it if you're a healer and grab it. The DPS can't, they've fixed it now, so the DPS can't grab the blue one and get the massive haste increase. And here we go. In case you're wondering, melee cannot get dodged or parried. Unfortunately, if you're a feral druid, you cannot shred on this boss as he did not have a back on the PTR. And here we go. See this last Defender of Azeroth? Basically what that does is double the duration of all my CDs. So my shield block and divine protection lasts 20 seconds instead of 10 seconds. See how we've got Hour of Twilight counting down. When he starts casting Arrow of Twilight, you're going to want to click the button. That's the macro that I showed you. Does everyone want to click the button? No, your tanks need to swap tanking it. So for the first Arrow of Twilight, I tank it by hitting Shield Wall. Do I need to hit Shield Wall? No, because this is LFR and it won't kill you. So you should hit your button. Watch half the raid doesn't hit their button. The DK took damage, the mage took damage, the priest did, and I should have. And it doesn't kill you because it's a joke. But on 10 man and 25 man, if you don't hit that button, you will get one shot. And so after you've hit the button, see this fading light? It's in the top right hand corner. It's on 3, 2, about 3 seconds left. I click my button, I go into this round, and I get brought back out. If I don't click my button and you get that debuff and you're the tank, you get one shot. You will die. You will explode. Nothing you can do about it. You'll see the DK die from it. See how he's just got fading light on him, and he won't go into the realm, and he will die from it because he's bad. Your other tank needs to taunt every time the current target gets fading light. See how he's dead in the bottom left hand corner? So I stay out again, and I tank that again with my shield wall. So did half the raid because it's a joke in LFR. Fading light can only occur on the current tank. See how he's going to put it on me, and we don't have another tank, so people are going to get meleeed when I go into the non-shadow realm. Technically we're in the shadow realm now. See how I went in there, come back out, taunt the boss. Too late. Someone's already dead. The Moonkin, topping DPS. Boy was he mad with his Dragon Wrath. No one's thought to battle res the DK. What can you do when we've got 2 battle reses in the raid? The Dragon Wrath guy didn't have the common sense. He deserved to die, and the other DK, boom, boom. Well, he's back up, and the DK will die to the next fading light stack because he's terrible at the game. It didn't speak English. On 10 and 25 man, fading light can also occur on other targets apart from the tanks. LFR only the tanks, so only the tanks need to worry about clicking the button at times that don't involve Twilight Eruption. Arrow of Twilight. See those crystals that just popped up then? Healers right click on it, see there's still a green one up, one of the healers isn't taking it, there we go, other one takes it now. You'll now get a healing benefit or whatever. Here we go, the DK dies again from fading light because he's terrible at the game. So when people who aren't the tanks in 10 and 25 man get fading light, when they have 3 seconds left on the buff, click the button. You stay outside the realm for 5 seconds. So for the whole fight you spend it in the Twilight realm, except for when you click the button, you spend 5 seconds outside the Twilight realm. If you want to maximise your DPS, click it at 1 second to go if you have good latency. If not, click it at 3 seconds, give you enough self time. Click it at 3 seconds while you're learning the fight. At the DPS timer is tight, but if you're decent, you'll make it. There you go, fading light on me again. I'm watching the timer, 5 seconds now, and I start clicking it at about 2 seconds because I want to avoid melee hits. There we go, 1 second, bam, I'm in, and I'm out again after it dropped straight off me, and then I taunt the boss back, and hopefully people don't die, but they're still going to die. Fading light back on me. This is when the DK should have had fading light this time, and I should be tanking, but unfortunately he's terrible at the game. Thank you for that healer who PS'd me. Here we go, Arrow of Twilight coming up again, and I will use my shield ball again to tank it like you should in 10 and 25 man, because the tanks would have to rotate tanking it. Otherwise, if no one tanks Arrow of Twilight, he wipes the raid. It's like Algalon's explosion for those people who remember it. We go into the shadow realm on Algalon to avoid his explosion, and someone has to stay out and tank it, otherwise he kills everyone. Same thing with Arrow of Twilight, except for you have to stay in the shadow realm otherwise he kills everyone. And that's pretty much the fight. Everyone stands on X. DPS, you hit your buttons. Please use your button and minimize your chance to die. Hopefully, by the time this is live, they do increase the damage, that people do have to hit the button. I doubt that's going to happen though, because this is LFR and people are retarded, and 3/4 of the raid wouldn't join vent, so I could tell them to hit their button. Well, thank you. That concludes this section of the first boss, second hine, whatever, raid guide. You'll see me 6 AM Wednesday morning. I'm Australian player. As soon as service goes up, doing an LFR pug, abusing people, carrying them like I did on the PTR, because I'm such a baddie and I feel sorry for those guys who can't play the game.